The Outlaw Josie Wales hit theaters in 1976, captivating audiences with its gripping story and complex characters. Directed by Clint Eastwood, who also takes center stage as a Missouri farmer fueled by vengeance, the film weaves a narrative rich in themes of loss and survival. Sondra Locke, playing the character Laura Lee, brings depth to her role, standing alongside Eastwood in a tale of hardship and resilience. Their on-screen chemistry is palpable, but it extends beyond the film's narrative, intertwining their personal lives in ways that would lead to tumult and challenges. The production marked a pivotal moment not just in film history, but also in the lives of those involved, setting the stage for a complicated relationship marked by both passion and turmoil. As the story unfolds, it becomes evident that the film's backdrop reflects not only the struggles of its characters, but also the turbulent dynamics of Eastwood and Locke's own partnership. This intertwining of cinematic and personal conflicts creates a narrative ripe for exploration as it illustrates the darker aspects of fame and relationship entanglements. After the Civil War, Josie Wales finds himself on a path of survival and revenge. Following his family's brutal murder, he becomes an outlaw as he seeks justice for their deaths. During his journey, he encounters a group of settlers facing imminent danger and decides to stand by them. As he protects these vulnerable pioneers from threats, including vengeful soldiers and hostile outlaws, his own troubled past looms large. This complex interplay of themes, redemption, loyalty, and the quest for identity, adds depth to the story. The film showcases exploration of the human condition through the lens of the Western genre. Its gritty realism and character-driven narrative have earned it critical acclaim, with many regarding it as a defining entry in its field. Orson Welles, a legendary director himself, expressed admiration for the film, emphasizing its significance within cinematic history. Its impact endures, making it essential viewing for fans of the genre and those who appreciate memorable storytelling. Inspired by a 1972 novel, the movie The Outlaw Josie Wales draws from the work of Forrest Carter, a controversial figure whose real name was Asa Earl Carter. Carter had a complex past, having served as a speechwriter for Alabama Governor George Wallace, a prominent figure known for his segregationist views. This background adds an intriguing layer to the narrative, as the film's themes contrast sharply with the moral ambiguities found in Carter's life. The character of Josie Wales, portrayed by Clint Eastwood, embodies the struggle for justice and redemption against a backdrop of violence and betrayal, reflecting the tumultuous spirit of the era. In June 1975, excitement grew when it was announced that Eastwood would take on the lead role, further boosting interest in the project. The film was set to premiere during the American Bicentennial celebration, aligning its themes of independence and rebellion with the nation's historical context. The decision to choose this time frame for the release emphasized the film's relevance to American identity and heritage. The synergy between Eastwood's star power and Carter's compelling narrative created high expectations for the film, marking it as an important piece in 1970s cinema. The cultural impact of both the novel and the eventual film provided a rich lens through which to explore themes of loss, survival, and what it truly means to be free. The film's production and development highlighted the evolving landscape of American storytelling in cinema, leaving a lasting impression on audiences. Principal photography commenced on October 6, utilizing the stunning landscapes of Lake Powell and the nearby area of Peoria, Utah. This choice of location contributed to the film's vivid and expansive visuals. The script writing involved the talents of Michael Cimino and Philip Kaufman, who worked diligently on the screenplay adaptation from the original novel. Their contributions helped shape the story and dialogue that became central to the film's identity. The cinematographer Bruce Surtees, along with director James Fargo, took on the important task of scouting locations to enhance the film's authenticity and allure. They explored a variety of settings in Utah, Arizona, Wyoming, and even Oroville, California, ensuring that each scene resonated with the themes of the movie. The careful selection of these locations played a key role in capturing the spirit of the Old West, which is central to the narrative. The collaboration between the writers and the crew laid a strong foundation for a compelling cinematic experience. During the filming of The Outlaw Josie Wales, tensions rose between Clint Eastwood and screenwriter Philip Kaufman. Their partnership had initially been strong, but as production progressed, their relationship soured significantly. Disagreements became common, and the creative clashes added stress to the project. Both men were drawn to Sondra Locke, who starred alongside Eastwood, which intensified the friction. This love triangle fueled not only personal disputes, but also had an impact on the film's atmosphere. Eastwood's feelings for Locke were evident, as they had an off-screen romance that began around that time. Meanwhile, Kaufman's similar attraction complicated their working dynamic, making it difficult to collaborate effectively. While the conflicts might have led to tensions, they also brought an intriguing layer of complexity to the project. Amidst the disagreements, the film managed to deliver a compelling story about revenge and retribution, showcasing Eastwood's talent as both an actor and a director. The behind-the-scenes drama contributed to the film's legacy, as it revealed the complexities of creative partnerships influenced by personal relationships. This tension between artistry and personal feelings is often seen in Hollywood, making the story of the outlaw Josey Wales a fascinating glimpse into the challenges faced during filmmaking. The resulting work stands as a testament to overcoming such tensions, showcasing the blend of conflict and creativity that often defines the industry. The intricate dynamics between the key players led to an unforgettable cinematic experience that resonates even today. On October 24, 1975, a significant event occurred in Hollywood when director Philip Kaufman was fired from the set of The Outlaw Josey Wales. This decision came at the command of actor Clint Eastwood, who was also the film's star and co-producer. The firing sent shockwaves through the industry, sparking outrage among members of the Directors Guild of America. Many felt that it set a dangerous precedent where actors and producers could undermine the role of directors in filmmaking. In response to the uproar, the Directors Guild introduced a new policy known as the Eastwood Rule. This rule was designed to prevent actors or producers from dismissing a director and stepping into that role themselves. The fallout from this incident not only highlighted the tension between creative roles in film, but also reinforced the importance of a director's vision in crafting a movie. It remains a notable moment in Hollywood's history, shaping how directors are regarded and protected within the film industry. After Kaufman's firing, Eastwood took charge of directing The Outlaw Josey Wales. His leadership style shifted the film's energy as he moved from actor to director. Daly stepped in as a supportive second-in-command, helping to balance the transition. Eastwood's tough reputation was known widely in Hollywood, particularly at Warner Brothers. He was recognized for his strong presence both on and off the set, often embodying characters who displayed grit and determination. This toughness translated into his directorial approach, focusing on authenticity and raw emotion. Interaction with the cast, including Chief Dan George, showcased a different side of Eastwood. Due to Chief Dan George's age, he sometimes struggled with his lines. In those moments, Eastwood compassionately assisted him, often mouthing the lines himself during takes, which illustrated his willingness to support fellow actors. The dynamic between Eastwood and George added depth to the film's atmosphere, creating genuine moments that resonated with audiences. Their collaboration became a defining aspect of the film's legacy and the essence of storytelling that Eastwood aimed to convey. While filming The Outlaw Josey Wales, Clint Eastwood recognized the value of improvisation, particularly with Chief Dan George. Allowing George to improvise created a spontaneous dynamic that brought authenticity to the dialogue and relationships among characters. This approach contributed to the film's overall natural feel, enhancing the connection between Eastwood's character and those around him. The decision to incorporate improvised elements led to memorable scenes that resonated with audiences, while staying true to the film's gritty atmosphere. However, some significant storylines from the original novel did not make it into the screenplay. For instance, the romantic arc involving Josey and Laura marrying and eventually having a son was completely omitted. This choice shifted the film's focus, emphasizing themes of loss, revenge, and redemption rather than family ties. By streamlining the narrative, Eastwood crafted a more focused and impactful story about resilience and survival during a turbulent time in American history, aligning with his vision for a tough, singular hero navigating through chaos. The balance between scripted and improvised lines ultimately shaped a compelling cinematic experience. In the filming of The Outlaw Josey Wales, a notable moment involved Clint Eastwood punching a horse that was not cooperating, a tale often recounted among fans of the film. This incident highlights the sometimes challenging relationship between actors and animals during production. The movie features a number of wild horse scenes that add excitement and drama to the story. One particularly memorable scene shows a horse skillfully skating on its front legs, showcasing the animal's agility and the creativity of the filmmakers. Another scene features a horse sliding down a hill, adding a whimsical touch to the otherwise gritty narrative. Throughout the film, Eastwood's character relies on Colt Walker 1847 revolvers, which are celebrated for their impressive power. However, these revolvers have weak cylinder walls, making them tricky to handle, especially in tense moments. The combination of these elements brings depth to the film, illustrating both the thrilling and difficult aspects of creating a cinematic experience. The portrayal of horses and firearms intertwines, amplifying the authenticity of the Western genre. Sondra Locke described her deep love for Clint Eastwood, highlighting the passion that ignited from their first date. Their bond became a significant part of both their lives. Locke was not just an actress, but also a talented producer, director, and singer, making her mark in Hollywood. She starred alongside Eastwood in notable films, which cemented their connection both on and off-screen. Their partnership flourished during the mid-1970s, with movies like The Outlaw Josie Wales serving as pivotal points in their careers. This film showcased Eastwood's skill as a director and actor, while Locke's involvement added to the dynamic storytelling. The chemistry they shared translated well onto the screen, captivating audiences and establishing them as a formidable duo. Their relationship, intense and complex, lasted well into the late 1980s, creating a legacy that is still remembered in film history. Throughout their time together, both Locke and Eastwood influenced each other's careers, leaving an indelible mark on the industry. While filming The Outlaw Josie Wales, a striking dynamic developed between Clint Eastwood and Sondra Locke, marking their relationship as one of Hollywood's most notorious. Eastwood, at 45 years old, portrayed the character of Josie Wales, who was depicted as a seasoned and hardened individual. Meanwhile, Locke, who was on the cusp of turning 32, played the role of Laura Lee, a character significantly younger and marked by innocence compared to Wales. Their age difference and the roles they took on in the film contributed to the complexities of their off-screen relationship. Tensions grew as Eastwood's established fame and stature clashed with Locke's rising career, fueling a toxic environment. The contrast in their ages added layers to their interactions, as Locke navigated her identity within a partnership that often felt unequal. As they worked together on the film, their personal lives became entangled in both passion and conflict, illustrating how age differences can sometimes create challenges within relationships in deeply impactful ways. The intricacies of their connection became a focal point, revealing the darker aspects of love intertwined with power and ambition. The interplay of their professional and personal lives illustrated how the setting of Hollywood can amplify these dynamics, leading to a tumultuous journey marked by both intense connections and deep-seated issues. Their story serves as a reminder of the complexities inherent in relationships, especially those that unfold under the spotlight, where passion can quickly turn to toxicity when personal goals clash. Upon its release in August 1976, The Outlaw Josie Wales made a significant impact in the world of cinema, garnering widespread acclaim from critics. The film stands out as one of the few westerns to achieve both critical and commercial success during the 1970s, a time when the genre was evolving and facing stiff competition from other film styles. Directed by and starring Clint Eastwood, the film follows the journey of a Missouri farmer who becomes a hardened outlaw after his family is brutally killed by Union soldiers during the Civil War. The story captures themes of revenge, loss, and redemption, resonating deeply with audiences. Eastwood viewed The Outlaw Josie Wales as one of the highest points in his career within the Western genre. His portrayal of the titular character showcases his ability to blend vulnerability with toughness, making the film a memorable entry in his filmography. This movie not only reflects Eastwood's skill as an actor, but also highlights the changing landscape of westerns in American cinema. The combination of a compelling narrative and Eastwood's strong performance helps solidify the film's status as a classic that continues to influence filmmakers and actors today. The Outlaw Josie Wales remains a noteworthy example of how the Western genre can evolve, while retaining its core elements of adventure and moral complexity. The Outlaw Josie Wales, released in 1976, has garnered a diverse array of opinions, solidifying its status as a noteworthy entry in Clint Eastwood's filmography. Many view the film as an underrated gem, comparable to other Eastwood classics like High Plains Drifter. At the core of this film is a compelling narrative of personal redemption set against the backdrop of the post-Civil War era. The protagonist, Josie Wales, played by Eastwood, embarks on a tumultuous journey, grappling with themes of loss, injustice, and revenge. Through Wales's quest, the film resonates with contemporary issues of conflict and reconciliation, illustrating that the fundamental human struggle for peace remains relevant, transcending the historical context of its setting. Supporters laud the film for its deep, textured storytelling and the richness of its characterizations. The supporting cast, featuring characters like Lone Waite and Fletcher, complements Eastwood's performance, adding layers to the narrative and enhancing the emotional stakes. Many feel that these roles spark particularly memorable moments, creating a tapestry of interactions that elevate the film beyond mere entertainment. On the other hand, some critics express frustration that the outlaw Josie Wales is not held in higher esteem within the cinematic community. It's not uncommon to find passionate advocates who are bewildered by its exclusion from top lists or rankings, insisting that the film deserves a place among the greatest westerns ever made. For these ardent fans, Eastwood's portrayal of Wales transcends typical character arcs, with some even drawing analogies to heroic figures from other narratives, highlighting the film's impact on their personal lives, including the influence it has had on their language, terms like reckon becoming part of their everyday vernacular. Despite this fervor, there are voices advocating for a more balanced view of the film. Critics might argue that, while the film's themes are significant, its pacing and structure can feel uneven, potentially alienating some viewers. However, these dissenting opinions do little to detract from the overall acclaim the film garners from a dedicated fan base who cherish it as a timeless masterpiece. Ultimately, The Outlaw Josie Wales is appreciated not only for its thrilling action and complex characters, but also for its thought-provoking commentary on human resilience in the face of adversity. Its legacy continues to be examined and appreciated, indicating that, despite differing opinions, the film remains a powerful piece of storytelling that invites discussion and reflection. As we conclude our exploration of The Outlaw Josie Wales, the journey of its iconic characters does not end here. Behind the camera, the talented cast each carve their own path in Hollywood, facing triumphs and challenges away from the dusty trails of the Wild West. What stories unfold when the cameras stopped rolling? Did they face the same grit and determination as their on-screen personas, or did unexpected twists lead them into uncharted territories? Some found themselves in the limelight for years, while others faded into the background, leaving behind fascinating tales of survival and reinvention. Join us as we delve deeper into the lives of these remarkable actors, uncovering the unexpected turns that shaped their careers long after the dust settled. What you discover might just surprise you. Woodrow Parfrey portrayed the carpetbagger in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales, delivering a performance filled with sly charm and a sense of underlying menace. His character symbolizes the opportunism prevalent during the Reconstruction era, manipulating the desperate and dispossessed with calculated cunning. Parfrey's portrayal added depth to the narrative, showcasing the darker realities of a world rife with betrayal and exploitation. Aside from his film role, Woodrow Parfrey had a diverse career in television and film. He appeared in several popular series, including The Twilight Zone and The Monkees, showcasing his ability to traverse genres. Parfrey faced personal challenges throughout his life, including health issues that affected his acting career. His struggle with obesity and later health complications led to difficult periods, causing him to seek solace in various forms of art outside of mainstream success. Parfrey was known for his eccentric personality and had a short stint with the underground performance art scene. Tragically, he passed away from heart failure in 2006. Little has surfaced since, leaving his legacy underscored by a blend of brilliant performances and the shadows of a complex personal life. In the 1976 film, The Outlaw Josie Wales, Richard Farnsworth portrayed the character Comanchero, leaving an indelible mark with his compelling performance. Farnsworth's Comanchero was a figure steeped in the harsh realities of the Old West, embodying both menace and charisma. His nuanced portrayal helped to illustrate the complexities of survival during tumultuous times. This role came at a peak in Farnsworth's career, who was not only a talented actor but also a skilled stuntman, having worked in many films prior to this. After the success of The Outlaw Josie Wales, Farnsworth faced significant personal hardships. He battled depression, which cast a shadow over his career and led to periods of struggle. In the late 1980s, he was diagnosed with terminal cancer, a condition that eventually took his life in 2000. Despite this, Farnsworth continued to act, earning an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor in the 1978 film Comes a Horseman. His last notable role was in the film The Straight Story, where he delivered a poignant performance as an elderly man on a journey to reconcile with his brother. Richard Farnsworth's legacy is one of resilience, reflecting both the darkness of his struggles and the brilliance of his artistic contributions. Sondra Locke played Laura Lee in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales, a character marked by her vulnerability and resilience. Laura is the embodiment of innocence in a harsh world, capturing the audience's sympathy amid violence and loss. Locke's performance brought a depth to Laura, reflecting the struggles and complex emotions faced by those caught in conflict. Following her role in this Western classic, Locke's career was defined by significant milestones and contentious relationships. She became known for her partnership with Clint Eastwood, which began while working together on films. Their decade-long romance fell into a tumultuous phase filled with public intrigue and private heartache. Locke faced several challenges in her life, including a highly publicized lawsuit against Eastwood over their ended relationship, claiming he had sabotaged her career. Locke also endured physical and emotional struggles due to an intense battle with cancer in her later years. Despite her hardships, she remained a compelling figure in film until her passing in 2018. At the time of her death, she left behind a legacy that included not just her films, but also her fierce spirit in confronting life's injustices. John Russell's portrayal of Bloody Bill Anderson in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales remains one of his most notable performances. He embodied the character's violent and ruthless nature, capturing the essence of a man consumed by rage and revenge. Russell's career shone brightly in the 1960s and 1970s, but it was this role that left a lasting impression, underscoring his ability to evoke fear and fascination simultaneously. Beyond acting, Russell's life was riddled with personal challenges. He faced significant struggles with alcoholism, which impacted both his career and personal relationships. This battle led to a decline in his acting opportunities in later years. He also faced allegations of abuse during a troubled marriage, adding to his complex legacy. In his later life, John Russell reportedly withdrew from public life. He passed away in 1991 under circumstances that remain somewhat vague, with few details available about the final years of his life. His legacy, marked by both talent and turmoil, continues to intrigue fans of classic cinema. Bill McKinney is known for his role as Captain Terrell in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales. His character is a ruthless, menacing antagonist who leads a group of men in pursuit of the film's protagonist, Josie Wales. McKinney's intense performance contributed to the film's tension, making him a memorable figure in Western cinema. Capturing the unsettling aura of his character, McKinney's portrayal left a lasting impact. After The Outlaw Josie Wales, McKinney's career continued, though he faced notable challenges. He appeared in various films and television shows, often gaining roles that capitalized on his rugged appearance and strong screen presence. Some highlights include roles in The Bridge at Remagen and the television series The Rockford Files. Yet, behind the scenes, McKinney battled personal hardships, including struggles with addiction. These challenges impacted his career, leading to periods of limited recognition. In his later years, McKinney lived a quiet life away from the public eye and died in 2011. His journey reflects a blend of talent, personal struggle, and the complexity of life in the spotlight. Last known information suggests he largely shunned public attention, preferring anonymity in his final days. Joyce Jamison played Rose in the 1976 movie The Outlaw Josie Wales, a character who has an air of vulnerability and resilience. Rose, a widow caught in turmoil, symbolizes the aftermath of conflict and the deep emotional scars of war. Her relationship with the titular character provides a glimpse of warmth in a bleak narrative. Jamison's portrayal is marked by an intensity that makes Rose memorable, drawing from her own experiences of loss. After the film, Joyce Jamison continued her career with various roles in television and film, often playing supporting characters. However, her life was marred by personal hardships. She faced significant struggles with depression and addiction, which impacted her career. A marriage to actor Jeff Donnell ended in divorce, and rumors of tumultuous relationships followed her. Her struggle with mental health issues became more public, casting a shadow over her later years. By the early 1990s, she had mostly retired from acting, but her mysterious life drew interest from fans. Joyce Jamison passed away in 1987, marked by the tragedy of unmet potential and the complexities of her troubled journey in both life and art. Sam Bottoms portrayed Jamie in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales, a character marked by youthful idealism and tragic depth. Jamie, a spirited and loyal figure, faces dire circumstances that reveal the harsh realities of life in a violent world. Bottoms brought a unique vulnerability to the role, capturing the essence of a man caught between personal convictions and the grim fate that awaits him. After his breakout role, Bottoms faced significant challenges in both his personal and professional life. He struggled with substance abuse, a battle that overshadowed his career advancements. In the early 1980s, he found success in projects like The Last Picture Show and Apocalypse Now, yet he continued wrestling with his addictions. Bottoms experienced tragedies as well, losing friends to similar struggles, such as his close friendship with actor John Belushi. The pressures of fame and his battles with health issues, including a serious fight against cancer, added to his complex story. Seeking redemption, he became involved in various artistic pursuits, marking a shift from mainstream cinema to independent projects. In his later years, Bottoms returned to his roots, focusing on painting and artistic expression. He remained out of the Hollywood spotlight while grappling with the shadows of his past. The last known information about him indicates he passed away in December 2021, leaving behind a legacy marked by talent, struggle, and resilience. The echoes of his life and work continue to resonate, highlighting both the triumphs and tragedies of a man who navigated the enigmatic landscape of fame and personal demons. In the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales, Royal Dano played the pivotal role of Ten Spot. His character is notable for being a reluctant member of the ragtag band of outlaws. Dano's portrayal stands out amidst the film's gritty and intense atmosphere, providing a mix of humor and underlying tension that resonates with the audience. Dano was celebrated for his engaging performances and ability to convey complex emotions, showcasing his range as an actor. Following the film's release, Dano continued his acting career with notable roles in various films and television projects. However, his career wasn't without turbulence. Dano faced personal struggles, including battles with depression and substance abuse, which influenced his work and personal life. He was known to have had tumultuous relationships, facing divorce and familial difficulties that shadowed his later years. Scandal briefly touched his life when he was involved in disputes over unpaid debts, reflecting the darker side of a once bright career. In his later years, Dano retreated somewhat from the public eye, yet he remained active in character roles until his health began to decline. He passed away in 1994, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumphs and shadows. His life as a performer was a complex tapestry of success and struggle, echoing the character of Ten Spot in The Outlaw Josie Wales, where survival often meant confronting one's demons. Kyle Eastwood played Jose Wales' son in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales, a role that showcased his innocence and vulnerability amidst the backdrop of his father's violent and tragic journey. Although Eastwood was just a child during filming, his performance contributed to the emotional depth of the story, highlighting the impact of loss on his character. After the film, Kyle Eastwood's life took unexpected turns. He faced the shadows of fame and the Eastwood name, navigating challenges including the pressure of living up to such a legacy. While he pursued a career in the arts, often stepping into the realms of music and filmmaking, he also encountered a series of personal struggles that included grappling with the expectations and scrutiny of his actions. Over the years, he was involved in controversies that drew media attention, complicating his public image. As of late, information points to a continued focus on his music career, with recent performances and projects indicating a quieter yet steadily evolving life away from the limelight. The lack of further scandals suggests a shift toward stability. Chief Dan George played the role of Lone Wadey in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales, capturing attention with his poignant portrayal of a wise yet troubled character. His performance highlighted the internal conflicts of a man who grapples with loss and seeks redemption, embodying the complexities of his people's history. George, a member of the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, brought authenticity to the character, showcasing both strength and vulnerability. After The Outlaw Josie Wales, Chief Dan George continued to act in films and television but faced challenges unique to Indigenous actors. His life was marked by struggles, including hardships stemming from cultural erasure and personal loss. The passing of his wife, who died in a car accident in 1975, deeply affected him. Amid his film career, he remained committed to advocating for Indigenous rights, often speaking out against injustices faced by his community. In his later years, health issues arose, including heart problems, yet he remained active until his retirement. Chief Dan George passed away in 1995, but his legacy continues to resonate as a powerful figure in Indigenous representation. Last known information reveals his contributions remain celebrated, with his performances appreciated by new generations. Sheb Wooley played Travis Cobb in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales, a character marked by complexity and a shadowy persona. Cobb serves as a tracker, embodying a gritty determination that both captivates and unsettles viewers. Wooley's performance resonated with authenticity, capturing the essence of a man who thrives in the chaos of post-Civil War America. His role was less about heroism and more about survival, fitting neatly into the film's darker themes. After The Outlaw Josie Wales, Wooley's career took varied turns. He was widely known for his musical talent, particularly with the novelty song, The Purple People Eater. However, life was not without struggles. Wooley faced personal hardships, including a devastating divorce and battles with alcoholism, which clouded parts of his professional journey. He also experienced health issues later in life, including cancer. Sheb Wooley passed away in 2003, leaving a legacy marked by both triumphs and trials. The complexities of his life continue to intrigue those who remember his multifaceted career. Clint Eastwood's portrayal of Josie Wales in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales is emblematic of his career, showcasing a man hardened by loss and driven by a quest for vengeance. The character embodies resilience and moral ambiguity in a turbulent time, mirroring Eastwood's own experiences in Hollywood as he transitioned from actor to director. After The Outlaw Josie Wales, Eastwood's career flourished, with notable films like Unforgiven and $1 Million Baby earning multiple Academy Awards. However, his personal life was marked by turmoil. He faced public scrutiny for his relationships, including a high-profile marriage to Maggie Johnson and several long-term partnerships that ended in controversy. In 2014, Eastwood faced backlash for his unscripted comments during a Republican National Convention speech, which sparked debates about his political views. Despite these scandals, Eastwood remained a significant figure in cinema. As of now, Eastwood continues to work in film, adding to his legacy as a complex figure in the entertainment industry. Will Sampson is best known for his role as Ten Bears in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales. His character is the leader of a group of Native Americans, embodying wisdom and resilience amid a backdrop of violence and turmoil. Sampson brought a powerful presence to the screen, showcasing both strength and depth. Following this film, his career continued with parts in projects like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. However, his journey was marked by personal challenges. As a member of the Muscogee Creek Nation, he faced discrimination and was typecast in Hollywood, limiting his roles. In his life, Sampson experienced significant hardships, including battling alcoholism, which impacted both his career and personal life. He faced a series of medical issues in his later years, including undergoing a heart transplant. His last known information centers on his tragic passing in 1987 from complications related to surgery, leaving behind a complex legacy of talent and struggle. He remains a significant figure in film history, remembered for his contributions and the barriers he faced. John Vernon portrayed Captain Fletcher in the 1976 film The Outlaw Josie Wales. His character stands as a dark and relentless figure, representing the harsh realities of post-Civil War America. Fletcher is driven by duty and the desire to capture Wales, embodying the intense conflict and moral complexities of the time. Vernon's compelling performance adds layers to Fletcher, showcasing a man conflicted by loyalty, power, and the brutality of his mission. Following this iconic role, Vernon continued a diverse acting career, appearing in notable works like Animal House and the TV series Kung Fu. However, his life was not without turmoil. He faced personal challenges, including struggles with addiction, which cast shadows over his career. His relationships also endured scrutiny, especially his tumultuous marriages. Later years saw a decline in his health, attributed to heart problems. John Vernon passed away in 2005, leaving a legacy marked by powerful performances and a life that reflected both triumphs and struggles. The Outlaw Josie Wales, released in 1976, stands as a timeless classic in cinema. Directed and starred by Clint Eastwood, the film tells the story of a Missouri farmer who becomes an outlaw after witnessing tragedy during the Civil War. The performances of actors like Chief Dan George and Sondra Locke add depth to the emotional journey. After the film, Clint Eastwood's career soared, becoming a legendary figure in Hollywood. Josie Wales still resonates with audiences, reminding them of the struggles faced during turbulent times. The blend of action, drama, and unique storytelling creates a nostalgic experience for viewers. For many, this film marked a cherished part of their childhood, often watched with family, sharing laughter and tears over Josie's journey. Did you watch The Outlaw Josie Wales in your childhood? What memories do you have connected to this film? We would love to hear your stories in the comments.